Hi, my name's Allison Moore, and I'm a lecturer and researcher at Edge Hill University in the northwest of England. It lies between Liverpool and Manchester. Um, One of my areas of interest, both in terms of my teaching and research, is disability, so broadly, and specifically issues around inclusion with a special focus on autism. Over the last few months, I've been talking with Ed Ashcroft and Tom Andrews at ILS, along with the staff, and I've been finding out about the work the school does and the approach it takes. As a result of our conversations, we've developed a research project, and by now you'll have received a letter or an email outlining what that project is. Here, I just want to identify some of the key questions that we are asking, and just to explain why we're doing it, and if you should decide that you would like to take part, what that might look like for you. So, in this research project, we want to explore what your lived experiences are of health, social, and education services in terms of supporting your child. We know that the experiences of parents and carers are very often um, unheard, they're sometimes ignored, and we feel if we can do this research and find out about the challenges that you face, the experiences you have, not only does that help ILS tailor their support and make sure they're meeting your needs, but we can also share this research so that other providers know what it is like to be supporting a child with high complex needs and what you might need as parents or carers. If you decide that this is something you would like to take part in, we know that you live very busy lives. And so we've tried to make the research as accessible as possible. So you can take part in it in a whole range of ways. So basically, it will involve an interview. And that will be with myself or with one of the staff from the school. Now, an interview can take place face to face in person at a place that you feel comfortable with. That may be your own home, or it may be at the school, or it may be somewhere else, a cafe or a library. It doesn't have to take place in person, though. We can do it online on a format like Zoom, and that's perfectly okay. We can do that and accommodate that to your availability. We can also do an interview by email. Now, the advantage of doing that kind of an interview is we can send you a question and then you have a little bit of time to think about your response, write your answer, and send that back to us. And it takes some of the pressure away, I think, from being in an interview where you need to give an immediate response. An email interview allows you to just give a little bit more time and reflect on your answer. Everybody who takes part will have the opportunity to do one interview. We are offering two interviews as a standard, and the reason for this is we don't want to come in assuming that we know what the issues are. So that first interview that we do with parents and carers will be about finding out what the issues and challenges are that you face. And then we'll look at that interview data, and then that will allow us to make some more tailored focus questions for the second interview. Now, if you choose to take part, you can just do interview one. You don't have to do both interviews. Again, we know how precious your time is, and you may not have the time to do both, and that's absolutely okay. It is also possible that you might take part and decide that you change your mind once you've done an interview. You can withdraw your consent to take part. That's okay too. Up to 28 days from doing your interview, you can change your mind. If you have questions about what this entails, what we might do with the research, we've organised a couple of information sessions. One will be on in person on the 10th of July at ILS, and that will have been in your letter. And we've also organised an online information session the following week on the 13th. If your preference is to ask questions on a one-to-one basis, then of course you don't have to attend those. You can just email me and I can talk through the research. And if you have any questions, then I can answer them there. We really appreciate you taking the time to read and listen to our thoughts about the research. And if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Thank you for listening.